Okay, New York session live. Currently looking at GBPUSD. GU, we have directional bias here, bullish directional bias. Momentum time frame has been triggered that previous week high, currently in bullish breakout. Markets in expansion. We have a breakout bar on the setup and the momentum time frame, and we have a setup here. Trend retracement setup. Want to see price retrace back to the H8 breakout level. Fake out a momentum time frame, flip, and I want to take it back up to at least the high of this bar. So I took a similar trade in London, and I spoke a lot about this. That if you see consolidation and uh, it's a breakout bar, and you see consolidation, what's going to happen is at some point price is going to come down, trigger that momentum time frame, and then this is a hint that there's going to be a breakout instead. So trend retracements, I want a wider range, but if we have a tight range like this, then I'm looking for a trend breakout setup instead. This one right here. So we need a narrow breakout range, which we have, and we need consolidation between two levels. So we have consolidation and then narrow breakout range. Right at the end of that consolidation, I want to see price come down and fake out the momentum time frame. And so this is a hint that there's going to be a breakout at the top. And for me to take a breakout from above here, I want to see the last bar close as a bearish fake out if I'm bullish. This is a bullish one, so I don't have that, but we do have a range here. We have a range on the H2 as well as the M30. And so we do have higher time frame ranges, and so that's what I'm also looking for. Either looking for a rejection at the top or an inside range. Want to be breaking out of a range. I don't want to take a breakout just because we closed above the previous H8 high. I want to take a breakout because we're breaking out of a range. And so here's the hint that price is going to give me that breakout. And so I'm going to be looking for a very tight entry right at the bottom here. This is where I want to be trading. And looking at the M5 momentum. So here's the M5 bar. That's where I trade the H8. And I'm looking at the M5 momentum. So right now, M5 breakout levels up top. 20 more seconds until the new M5. So I'm looking for an entry here above at least the M1. This is going to be, if it gets above the M1, then this is a breakout reversal on the M1. Breakout reversal, I mean, on the M5. And I do want to get in at very tight stops close to the edge of that range. So this is going to be an aggressive entry. Breakout bar now on the M5. So breakout level gets pushed down. Would like this to come down and reject. If I don't get a rejection, then I'll get in at the M5 high. And I'll be looking to size into this trade because I'm going to take this breakout. I took a loss on this in London. We had tight consolidation. Price dropped down. I was looking at a different time frame here. Let me check the 3-minute. Or was it the 15-minute? We had tight consolidation, and then right at London, price dropped down, faked out the momentum time frame, and I took the breakout of the top. So just let this load. Okay, here we go. Right here, right before London price came down. This is a hint. That's a false breakout move, but there was no rejection at the low. So I took that one, held it. Instead, it just continued to consolidate. Had another entry in at the H4 bar in London. My stops were right below here, and I did mention in the London session video that most likely, if the H8 closes and breakout, that this is going to come down, take out that entire range, and then it'll shoot back up. So now I'm looking for that reversal here. Entry is going to be above here or below here. Or when it fakes out and it flips, then I'll take that. Okay, I'm going to go even tighter. 8 hour, 5 minute, 15 second, 5 seconds. So I'm not going to be looking at these unless the momentum time frame gets triggered here. Then I'll drop down. So the bar structure is really ugly, so I'll look at just the line chart. I don't need anything, just peak levels and breakout levels. Okay, so here we go. We've triggered the low. Now I want to see if price flip. And since we triggered the momentum time frame, I can start looking for entries on the 5 seconds instead. And I'm looking for a false breakout move. Flipping this breakout level is going to be the entry. So just patiently waiting here. So we are breaking out of the M5, and so I'm looking for a reversal. If I'm looking for a reversal, the way I want to trade that is by looking at these cycle patterns, and I'm looking for these patterns. 99% of the time is going to be this one on the reversals. So we have the M5 breakout level, and we're currently breaking out of it. And let's see. No momentum to the upside, so there's no reason for me to look for any buys. UM5 in 30 seconds here. Let's see what happens over here. I want this to get back above or above this M1 breakout level. This will allow me to get in a super tight entry here. 3 seconds closing and breakout. So we're still bearish. So now the same thing. I want to see a fake out over here. So this is that reversal pattern, M5 breakout level. I want to see it come down and get the momentum time frame false breakout somewhere around here. But it's not doing that just yet. Still bullish, so I'm basing my entire trade off of this move here. Okay, so it's come down. So it's triggered that M1 breakout level still here, so entry is going to be above here. Still no entries. Still M1 is still bearish. We have a little bit of rejection here. Let's see if I'm trying to get a sniper entry on this one. Trying to get in as low as I can at the low of the H8s. But again, if my direction is wrong, then I'll never get an entry because momentum is continuing to show me that it's bearish. Okay, new M1 close bearish breakout. Did not reject, but now we're getting above the M1 high. So M1 is now bullish. This could be the first time I can get a trade if we get above this range level. Still nothing yet. Okay, no entry. Coming down, want to see a rejection here. And so I might just be completely wrong about this. We are faking out previous day high. We're getting back in line with that higher time frame breakout levels. But usually these moves will get to at least one of these breakout levels. So would like to see this flip. Okay, rejection at the bottom here. Here we go, flipping up. We're still in a range on the M1. Want to get outside of this. Closed above, continued above, and that's the entry right here. That's one. Now on the 5 seconds, want to get above the M5 breakout level. So just trading momentum, nothing else. Continuing to push up. Momentum on the M5 is right here. Here's a breakout level. If it gets above here, then the M5 is reversing direction. So lower time frames reversed before higher time frames. I've gone in on the M1 momentum, flipping the breakout level, and then got above the high. Not the prettiest looking one, but technically we're bullish on the M1. And now I'm waiting for the M5 to flip, which is this one right here. Okay, price pushing up. Got in right there. A little bit late, but it's all right. And then we got the flip of the M5. Next one is a flip of the M15. And M15, I look at the 1 minute. So this is how you systematically size in to your trades. Getting above, not yet. Want to get back into that range. Okay, 20 more seconds. All right, here you go. 3 seconds here. Close and continuation. Want to see price continue to push up. And then I'm looking at the timer. Want to see 15 or 10-second closures. We're right at the previous day high, right at the H4 breakout level. These are super risky trades, but because of the risk to reward, it makes it worth it. So if I'm going to scalp, this is the way that I want to scalp. Okay, no entry. Maybe above the H4. And so these are going right back to the high, but the move that I'm looking for is even higher than that. At least over here. So if it gets to that first level, which is the weekly breakout level, this would be 11 plus 5, 16R if it makes it through, and 2R if I take a loss. And it's such a lopsided risk reward ratio that it makes sense for me to be trading like this. Okay, I'll just wait for the entry. Okay, price is starting to push back up. Let's see how this closes. Not yet. Continue pushing up. Came down, faked out low of the range. I expect price to get to the top. Okay, not yet. Okay, pushing on out. Closed above, and that's all I need. So took that move on the 15 seconds here, looking at the 1 minute levels. And here's the last entry. I could continue on with the 5 minute and all that stuff, but I'm happy with this one. All right, so these are The entries, it's how you size in using momentum. There's no entry if there's no momentum on your side. So first will be, let's say 11 plus 5, 16 plus 2, 18R over here. And final target is the monthly breakout level all the way up here. And let me just tidy up first. Okay. So all the way up here is the monthly breakout level. There's 21 plus 9, 30 plus 4.5, 5, 35R all the way up here. And that's it. So if it makes it through, it's going to be great. If it doesn't, then it's just 3R. Not a big deal. And this is how you size in to these sort of trades. And you can only do them when you have a fake out. When you're faking out a level, I don't think you can take it from. It's difficult for me to size in on a breakout. You want to be sizing in on these fake outs. So trend breakout setup, I dropped down to really low time frames in order to build up my position. If I didn't want to do that, or if you're not comfortable doing that and you want to just trade the H8 to the M5, then the entry is going to be very soon here. Actually, above the M30 would be safer, but I would you want to be outside of that range. And so I think if it can get above the H8 breakout level and the H2 breakout level, which is the momentum time frame, and this is if it closes in breakout, this is where you'd want to get in. But done with my trade, and I'm just gonna hold this up. And that's it. Let's see. So basically, I'm anticipating a breakout. You could also trade it up to the range. There's no guarantee that this range is going to break, and so this would be another safe place to exit. 7.5R, 7.5R for one position that already covers all three of these positions, and so hopefully you can see how strong these sort of setups are by sizing in and just trading momentum. All right, so that's it, and I think I'm done with New York session. I didn't even do my watch list. Was bullish on this one, but yeah, I'm not gonna sit around. There's also news at 9, but I'm fine with this. If it shoots up, great. If it doesn't, it's just 3R, not a big deal. Okay, so that's it. Done with New York session. All right, so we're right at the range. This is a place where you could possibly take some partials if you want, but for me, I'm just going to hold it. That's a 7.5R move plus 3R, let's say 10R, and then 11R ish. So that's already a nice trade. But the move that I'm anticipating is breakout. If you did not take this one at the low, this is the one that I'd be taking. Breakout at the top, 1 bar stop. If it closes in 5 seconds in continuation, and so you can see the big difference here. Close, let's see. Closing and continuation would be a 3R move compared to a 35R move. And that's why it pays to learn how to trade these fake outs instead. But let's see what it does. First target again is that breakout level. Has not touched that. So I want to see what it does there, but hopefully it'll continue on up. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, so breakout's already happened now. Let's see if this wants to go. Okay, price has reached the next momentum time frame, the H2 high, H2 close and breakout triggered that. And now I'm going to take partials over here. This is about 20R move, waiting for that 35R. So that's it. That's going to be done. Just going to let this run, and I'm happy with what I took here. So 20R, and based off of a breakout, saw that in London. Check out the London session video I explained exactly what I was looking for in today's New York session, and it played out perfectly. And that's it. Looks like it's shooting up a bit, but this is an area where there's lots of resistance here at the on the left, and so I would expect price to have a bit of trouble getting above here. All right, that's it. New York session done. Trend breakout on GBP USD. Again, I explained it really well, I think, in the London session video, so check that out.